Hi, this is Adekyn with another Grand Ages Rome video, a walkthrough of a mission. This one is the Dangerous Opportunities mission, and this one is about building some basic defense while you build a decent sized city. And so it's part economic challenge, part military, and it's a pretty good mission. We're basically going to use our victory point, which is building the five patrician houses as a stopper or a timer, if you will, to prevent us from completing the mission before we get our bonus objectives. The bonus objectives are to defeat five enemy squads and to put a quarry on each of these stone sites across the map. In fact, there's one out on an island, so we're going to have to actually build a ship and take a troop out there so that we can build an outpost and get a quarry working out there on that island. But so we're going to build no more than four patricians as we go along until we've hit both those objectives, and then we'll build that fifth patrician to finish off the mission. So there's a lot of missions in the campaign where you have to kind of use the primary objectives as the governor to kind of slow you down so that you don't finish the mission too quickly. So we have 20 slaves to start with, and so we're going to use them to jumpstart our production by leapfrogging out. And by leapfrog, I mean we go out as far as we could go with that first logging camp, then we go as far from that as we can with our first slave camp that still hits that one, and we'll be able to staff that first logging camp. Then we go a little further with another logging camp, and then further still with so that we can get all the way out here and capture that or gather resources for that marble mine that you saw me just build, and the stone that's out there. We'll set up our brick production out here, so we'll take care of marble, stone, brick, and logs, all of our four basic building materials with these two slave camps. So if you notice, we've built for a while here. We've got a fairly large build going, and we haven't built a house yet. And that's really a good way to start if you have some slaves and you're going to kind of jumpstart your production. That's a good way to do it, because that way you don't have to worry about feeding anybody or anything until you now I have some decent production going for all of my main resources, and I can build somewhat unencumbered, obviously, because we don't have production bonuses early on with this particular character. We're just getting minimal production, but we are getting good production from our slave camps and from those logging camps and brickworks, etc. So that allows us to just go ahead and build at a pretty good pace. So now we're just setting up our food and the basic farms that we want. Wheat, and then I built wheat wine, and now I'm building the pigs, because in the original version, which is what this one is being played in, by the way, the original Grand Ages Rome, not the expansion, that bonus for the pigs only comes about after the wheat farm is completed. So I usually build wheat, then wine, then pigs, so that I give the wheat time to finish before I start building my pig farm. And another thing here is a way to kind of gauge how big to make your city or the community that you're building. And if you've seen any of the other videos I've done, I kind of think of the game in terms of communities, where I'm building a set of things, a set of core buildings and housing around it, other buildings around that. And if I want to build in another site, I just go build another community at that other site with similar types buildings and similar arrangements. So here I'm setting up kind of in a way, those insula that you see are really kind of the north end, if you will, of this community. And the way you can establish kind of where your center is going to be and where the community is going to be, one is you can build six across. I've found that if you build six across touching long ways like that, as you see on the screen, that sort of it represents a good width to make the community, because that'll set you kind of that's an area that can be influenced by butcher and baker, fountain, etc. So you want to be able to get your butcher baker combo going to get your 50% food from the insula, which then produces goods which you need for your equites and patricians. So by setting that six and then going out and using my fountain as kind of establishing the center of the community, I can now build around that center with with the butcher baker in tavern combo that I like to use, plus the religion, the temples that you can also put in there, and staff, and you sort of, so you're building around that center, but the center really is down from where we originally started because we wanted to start where we do production. So your insulin needs to be out at sort of at one extreme of the little community, and that way they can go out and man the farms, and then you go set your boundaries from the sphere of influence of your fountain, and then build around that fountain, and that way those butcher baker are able to provide food for all of those insulae that you see. And again, that 6 wide is kind of a standard. That's a good width to make the little community. So now I'm just adding religion and education so that we can get some research going, and I'm also adding trading posts fairly early. And in this mission, I do recommend that you've got that one milestone that you can capture right away as soon as you draft a squad. And plus, in this particular case, I'm playing as a Valerius character, and the Valerii are very good at trading, and I happen to have a couple of trading posts that are always open. So one of the things that you want to do is kind of see what, in every mission you do, kind of see what are the bonuses that you get, what are the things that you're getting to help you start the mission. And in our case, we got a whole bunch of meat. I forget how many units exactly, but those first 2 trading posts, I built those right away to trade that meat away, because you can make a really good profit on it. And now I'm taking a talent of the Valerii where they get double. We've kind of already gotten the talent where you get double on your goods sales, and now I'm setting up a couple of trading posts to sell goods. So this gives us a really good flow of money. You have denarii coming in, and that's going to finance the rest of our builds. And you'll notice on this one that I'm verging on bankruptcy all the way through this one, and that's because I'm just building as fast as my economy will allow me to build. And so I really end up probably finishing this mission, I guess, faster than you normally would. But again, you build the community, you get your basic food going, so that those insulae have happy plebes in them. You get up some early trade so that your economy is okay and you're not truly going bankrupt. I mean, I'm on the verge of bankruptcy, but I never truly go bankrupt. Of course, if you hit that timer where you're bankrupt for 10 minutes, I think it is, 8 minutes, 10 minutes, whatever it is, then of course you lose the game, you lose the mission. So we've got our basics going here. We waited a while to get our denarii back into a little better shape, and now we're building the forum so that we can move into the next phase, which is now that I've got my working class city kind of up and running with butcher, baker, temple to Saturn, and a school and some trade, then I can go ahead and get going on the equite phase of it, if you will. And there you can see I've queuing up education, which, shame on me, I should have done that when I first started the mission. But at any rate, now we're going along a pretty good clip. Now we're just going to wait on the forum to get finished, speed it up with some camps, and then we'll move into our next phase of development.